All right. Going to get rid of this hat here. All right. Today we're going to start putting some things back together. I'm not sure what order to do all this in. A lot of little things to do. We're getting to the little things and it'll be tricky. We got to start putting this thing back together. I'm still waiting on the control panel. I need to go by and have a print shop and have the instruction label printed to go on the control panel overlay. So I haven't got that done yet. I think I'm going to go ahead and put the monitor in and start getting the power supply. Maybe get our marquee light in today and start getting our wires ran right now. We'll start working on that. We got some wiring issues that we got to sort out, some over patches that were made over the years, little just where people just twisted wires together and wrapped it with electrical tape. We're going to straighten all of that out. We're going to get started on that and yeah, going to make some progress, slowly but surely. All right, you're going to end up with a Lifetime Achievement Award on this one. Okay, here's our monitor, our Sanyo 20EZ. Alright, so not surprising, we're missing the bracket on the front of this monitor, but we're going to pull it off the old one and get it on there. Alright, this is the bracket we need right here. It looks like that would probably be easier to go ahead and mount before we put the monitor in. So, let's pull the monitor back out again. Alright, so here we are. Got our monitor bracket here. Putting our bolts in here. I'm using a flat washer, a lock washer, and a regular nut. Now this thing came here, my first video, I showed you that this bracket only had one bolt in it, and it didn't even have a nut on it, and the monitor was just resting across this backboard here. fork sits on that. Holes right here. And these 2 screws right here. Looking for my screw gun. Looking. Yep. Right there. Alright, so we got our lower front on here attached. But this cabinet is missing the upper bracket that goes across here, and there's 2 holes here on each side that bracket goes on. It doesn't have it. However, we do have parts over there in the corner. I got a little video that I'm going to do on this cabinet at some point, but unfortunately we are going to be pulling parts off of this. I actually do want to try to get this cabinet up and working, as bad as it is, and you'll see in a future video just how bad it was when I got it. This cabinet is not really restorable. It can be used to build another cabinet. Both sides of this would have to just be completely tore down. I mean, I honestly wouldn't mind making it playable, kind of as a little gag. Yeah, we're going to come back to this one, but in the meantime, she's going to be parts. I've already pulled the control panel because we're going to have to get these little hasp latches for the control panel. Alright. Now look. Isn't that beautiful? And I'm gonna go hit this with a wire brush, clean this little dirt bug off, a little mud nest off of here. Alright, so we got holes right here where some angle brackets go right here on the end, but we don't have them in our Formica. So we're gonna have to drill that. So I'm gonna pull the monitor out again, so that I can get in here to drill these holes. I'm wondering how many times we're going to pull this monitor out. Oh. That's right, we got 2 sets. Better do both sides. Alright, that didn't go as good as I planned, as well as I planned. Fortunately, it looks like the bolt will cover most of the hole. Not what I wanted to do, guys. And I did perfect on that side, and the last one, I fumbled it up. Now, I'm sure anybody that's gotten this far knows the trick to polishing bolts. Stick them in there like that. Get you a polishing cloth. You don't have to chuck in advice, you can put it in your hand, but and boom, new hardware. Here's a little before and after. All right, so let's see, let's get the monitor back in there again. Oh. Saying yo 20 easy, blah 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 blah. Goes in there like that. All right, and they had these double nutted with a shouldered nut going to the bottom, and then 2 regular nuts on top. We are going to snug those down. These will probably have to come off again when we do the side art. I'm actually hoping that the side art covers that up and can cover that little chip in the Formica there. That's always going to break my heart. I'll always know it's there. Get our jam nuts on there. We need our other wrench. All right, we got our CRT in. All right, so we're looking good there. Now, let's see. The monitor cord went down. Down that way. That way, some way. Okay. All right. Let's work on something up here for right now. All right. Okay. Picked this up from Lowe's for about 25 bucks. It's just a LED under cabinet light, 18-inch. You want to get the hardwired. Watch out because they do have linkable and battery powered and rechargeable, that good stuff. You don't want that, okay? You want something with a cord on it that you can put in there like that. All right, so camera kind of died on me last night, but we're back out here again today. What I finished up, I did get this mounted in, centered it up, screwed it in, got a little hole over here in the corner, got my wires pulled through. I'm going to use the old cord with the nail prongs on the end. And gave that a good bath with some Simple Green or Mean Green, if you, you know, us dollar store folks. But sprayed it down, let it soak, scrubbed it down with a brush. They come out really clean, looking good. So, gonna get that all tended up in the laundry now. All right, so I'm gonna clean that. I'm gonna fix it to strip that, add that in here, and that'll be good. You know, I'm getting kind of spoiled. This must be the first time I've used this light, or this brand. It actually came with little connectors already on it. Maybe we can use them, we'll see. I don't know how well this is going to work, but we're going to give it a shot and see. Get all our parts and pieces in there like so. Snap our cover in there like that.
And voila. Leave that in the on position. We always want that on. And there we go. Got our marquee light LED installed. All right, next is going to be our power supply. I'm starting to notice in my videos that when I face the door, it tends to get overexposure and not getting a lot of light on the project. So I'm going to start trying to keep the camera between the door and the project, so that way you get, you know, better lighting. I'm learning. All right, the next thing we need to work on, I want to clean this bottom out here again, and I think I'm going to look into putting the power supply into it, getting the power supply cleaned up and getting it bolted back in. I've actually spent a lot of today cleaning the shop, and I don't really have anything to show for it. Sorry. All right, we got our mock-up bench here. We're gonna see if we can put some shine on this pig here, clean it up, and make it look as good as that cabinet we're about to put it in. All right, I'm gonna scrub brush and see if I can do this, knock some of this dust off without causing too much harm to it. Yeah, I really wasn't wanting to take this thing completely apart, but it's really asking me to. All right, I'm just going to start pulling stuff off this. I'm going to clean this wood down, maybe go over it with some sandpaper, and clean it up. Alright, I'm going to try to separate this from things that we can clean with water, soap and water in the sink, to things that don't need to get wet. And I know I could probably simple green this and wash it and rinse it off in the sink and it would look clean and all, but I don't want to damage the paper that's on here. So I'm going to try to do my best to just give it a good wipe down and clean. This, I'm going to put some sandpaper on this. Well, I got a little label here I don't want to mess up. I don't know. maybe we can work around this label and not worry about messing it up. Alright, that dusted off, cleaned off. Okay, I like how that turned out. That looks good. Let's see. Flip that over. Put it right there. We're gonna go get us a proper hammer. Didn't have to go far. Now this one's really stained on the top side, and I sanded it and it looks a lot better. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip it over. I'm gonna put that nice clean side to the top. Like that. Yeah, because it's the holes are centered. It's gonna work just fine. All right, let's see. Let's grab our parts that I know I can wash in the sink. Let's see. You know what? I'm going to give it a shot, guys. I'm going to wash it all in the sink. All right, in the old shop sink here. Man, somebody put the safety on my sprayer. Set that there. What I'm gonna do is hit the wires here first. Let them soak a little bit. Get all the, let them do all the soaking, because I really don't want to soak that transformer. Some of them use paper and things like that inside of them to and I don't want to take a risk of dissolving all of that. Lightly scrub, because I really don't want to damage that label and have to print another one. Lose our little wire clips there. All right, now I'm going to take what degreaser I've got on that brush, or well, mean green. I'm going to take it around this transformer. Give it a good dusting, or a good brushing. And now we're going to rinse. Get our outlet cover real clean here. Get our terminal cover nice. To get our terminal cover nice and clean here. Make sure it's sprayed. Get all that simple green out of there, because that degreaser can be caustic and corrosive. Don't want it to damage our transformer. And now we're going to set our transformer out in the sun and let it think about what it's done. All right, we'll lay these out here on the old patio table in the sun. Now I got in the sun, I seen a little bit more dust and grime I didn't get off there. And these are just little things. I mean, I could have put this thing back in there. It's dirty, dusty as hell, but you know, we worked too hard to get that, to make everything else look good, to go halfway now. All right, back inside. All right, we got that nice and clean. We're gonna set that aside. We're gonna clean this thing up, see what we can do to put some shine on this pig. Won't be using that. I think what I'm gonna do is pull this cover off. We'll clean this cover up. You know, I'm going to blow this off and I'm just going to dry scrub it. I really don't want to get into this too deep. I'm going to take our little rainbow cables here and go wash those in the sink. Oh, look at there. All clean. We'll put those out there in the sun. I'll be honest, guys. I've never actually had to work on a power supply for Nintendo, so I don't know about the reliability and servicing and all that needs doing. This one works fine for now, so we're gonna use it as is. We're just gonna make it a little cleaner. I'm gonna wipe this all down with WD-40 to kind of help it shine and clean up a little bit. Might laugh at me. But maybe I'm just old-fashioned like that. That's looking pretty slick. I wonder why. All right, and I know there was one more, but I think it went down the sink when I was washing. But I think all it held was this ground wire. I think it held it right here somewhere. We can always come up with another one if we need to. Right now, we're going to blow out this cabinet, and we're going to get this set in. All right, we got it set in there. Find the wing nuts and the washers. Our toad's starting to get to the bottom of the barrel here. We're going to start weeding out parts that we ain't going to use, like this little fix-it bracket somebody put in there. I thought I may have destroyed this speaker because I dropped the power supply on it. And honestly, I should probably replace it, but we're going to see how it does at first. After all, it is original. There's a little magnetic LED light that somebody gave me that thought would make a nice light, but I don't like it because it's USB powered and it's got, I'd have to add an extra plug. Yeah. Oh, here's our little cover that somebody put over the back back there where the power supply, where the off-on switch is supposed to go. That can go in the trash. Here's our power supply, our power cord that was on there. I'm probably going to go ahead and save this connector and all that and use it. But the rest of this I'll probably get another cord to put on it, put this plug on it, and then wire it all in. I mean, we did all that work. We're really going to put this chewed up, painted, scabbed up cord back on there? No. Yeah, there's our name tag that needs to go back on there. That's going to be the last thing we do right there. Let's see. Trash. Trash. Oh, here's the jukebox doctor and pinball. Ron Welling, I make house calls. Webster's Grove, Missouri. I know that power supply was bolted in with wing nuts, so that's what I'm looking for right now. Brackets that I could use, but we pulled off the other one. Got the original factory fuses that were taped inside the cabinet. Gonna save those. Maybe tape them back inside the cabinet. We'll see. I know we had some flat washers on there. And is that our other wing nut? No, that one's too big. Oh, there's one there. Now the smart thing to do would be to gather up all this hardware and everything, load it in my tumbler and run it through and polish everything up nice. But I'm just going to run these, take a pair of pliers and brush them with my wire brush, and we're going to call that done. So I'm going to hit that with the wire brush real quick, and I'll be right back. Flat washers in there like that. Don't know where that came from, but it's not going back in there. All right. Okay, our power supply is in. Now let's see what we can do to freshen up our power switch here. And notice we had some tape on here when I pulled it out. It looks like, okay, that looks like it goes to the on-off switch there, and this is where the power cord comes in because it goes through the fuse first. Looks like somebody has changed the cord and the connector on this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut all this tape off, and I may leave this off until we get a new cord. And then when we get a new cord, I'm going to buy another Molex connector, and I'll put that on the new cord and the matching one on this, so that way it'll have a proper connector on there. And it also looks like, I think this is the original power wires that may have went to the incandescent bulbs that were in there, which are not original, but somebody wired them up and just with some old brown lamp cord and tied that in there. So we're going to clean that up. Okay, see, here's some, it looked like somebody attempted to solder this. You know, which I don't know why you did that, why you couldn't just use the wire nut. But they twisted, soldered, and then wrapped with tape. So, yeah, we're gonna get rid of this. And it doesn't even look like what was going on here. So, we're just gonna leave that off for right now. Now we're gonna give this a good scrub. Oh, y'all have already been to the sink once, so I'm gonna spare y'all watching me scrub another part. Looks like we got another patch job right here too. Yeah, I'm really starting to wonder if this was for this cabinet. I'm seeing different screw holes than what this has on it. But we're going to put it on this cabinet. It's going on here. It's just going to go where it's supposed to go. And then that'll go right there to our power supply, and then we can hook us a new cord right there. Sweat. That'll be sweat. Now, it had a screw out here. It says earth ground. Of course, we're going to put all that on the inside. I'm not really sure what's going on there, but when we get our cord and it runs in, on the inside, this will screw on for the ground, and then it's got another terminal that will run our other grounds and everything too, and daisy chain throughout the cabinet. So I was going to put the speaker and a few other things on here, but honestly, we need to start breaking down some hardware and start painting it. Bead blasted. You may remember a while back I bead blasted these pieces. Well, I put them in the box and I never even painted them. They'll need to go through, get painted again. I'm probably going to hit these with hammer finish Rust-Oleum paint. It'll make a nice, it'll give it a little bit of texture, not too much. And then after I get a good texture on it that I'm happy with, I'll go back and I'll put some nice black Rust-Oleum semi-gloss over this. You know, if it's black, it's going to get Rust-Oleum semi-gloss. Okay, the official color of arcade games. So, yeah, right now I'm fixing to go pick up my kids and spend some time with them, and I'll be back either tomorrow or a few hours. We'll see.
All right, here's our monitor, SR20 SE. Oh, all right,